Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Economic Things with myself, your host, Richard Noggin. With the current recession of the economy, more and more people are turning to thrift as a method of survival. We welcome Buster Hyman, our in-house reporter who has spent some time with several thrifters to try and truly understand how they work. Buster, what have you got for us?
Some revolutionary stuff here, Dick. Before I started this report, and even through my research, I believe that by decreasing my spending and increasing my savings, I would see an increase in my bank balance. In reality, my savings just pulled money out of the economy and ended up decreasing the value of my savings.
Interesting, but I'm sorry, Buster. I don't think I'm really following you here.
Well, I got the opportunity to spend a few days with some of these thrifters, and let me tell you, I've never felt freer in my life. Thrift is the new hope for me, Dick. You should let me teach you.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Why don't you just give a quick introduction into living in thrift? You can start with your new outfit here.
Oh, this is one of my favorites. Instead of wasting money on buying new clothes all the time, I wake up in the morning and tie my bed sheet around me. Save money on no clothes and cut costs on detergent.
So let me get this straight. That's the sheet you slept in last night?
That's right, Dick. I've also forbidden my children to play with any iPods, video games, or any of those other expensive little gadgets that cost hundreds of dollars of my savings. From now on, my kids play with squirrels.
Don't you think you're taking this a little overboard with all the bed sheets and the squirrels? What's next?
Television. I've cut off the cable and internet to my home and office instead of wasting all our time with our useless television shows and biased news programs. We entertain ourselves by watching the clouds.
And how does your family feel about your newfound love for thrift?
Well, my wife recently filed for divorce and full custody of my son and daughter.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be apologizing to me. I'm the one that freed myself of 3 extra expenses.
Fair enough. Well, one more question for you, Buster. How'd this little experiment of yours affect your financial situation?
It's roughly the same as before.
So you're telling me that by living like a Luddite for a year, you achieved hardly any financial gains?
Yes, and I am partly to blame for this. By encouraging our viewers to hold on to their money instead of investing their savings, I may have caused the nation's GDP to decrease, which decreased returns on my savings account.
The paradox of thrift, I presume?
Yes.
In other news, the citywide manhunt is still in full force for missing person Stu Markovich. He was last seen 3 weeks ago performing gypsy rituals on SAIT's campus. He is described as dark-haired with gangly physique and a suspicious look about him. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please contact the Calgary Police at 911. Again, that number is 911.